to realize these policies, what we have been doing so far, we are taking measures for capacity building, for preserving the capacity which exists in this country, for preserving the excellent scientific potential which exists in this country, and this has been manifested several occasions. I don't need to bring now examples, but also to face the weaknesses. And there are many weaknesses in the innovation chain which takes us from the knowledge creation area, which includes the universities and the research centers, into innovative products and processes. Many weaknesses which have to do with the prevailing culture, a culture which has done a lot of damage in the past, a culture based on very sort of ideas which lead nowhere, like the bad public sector, the good private sector, or vice versa. It's a dialectic relationship there. Culture which aims many times to punish failure. I could remember and bring up the various saying by Beckett: you have to try again, fail better. So we cannot have innovation without failures, and we recognize that, and we take specific measures towards that end. Beside the cultural issues where the government's intervention is minimal, we cannot do many things to change things, things will have to change slowly. There are institutional and legal changes. Already we have been taking care for that. Legal changes which will create the environment which will be conducive to young researchers to do their work. Already we had a law published, voted in this respect, the law for research, and a new other law is coming up again within the next weeks. And the third is to exploit all available funding rules, instruments which exist nowadays, and we are very happy to have with us here a representative from the European Innovation Fund, which aims to make a first contact with the local business community. So this is effectively our approach. There are many more things to do, many more weaknesses in the innovation chain in Greece, and together with our partners in Israel, we try to face them, we try to improve the situation, and effectively to add value, scientific value and economic value in what we do together. So I welcome very much this event this afternoon, and I do hope that it will be continued, because there is a tremendous potential in this area. And only when all forces go together, only then we can go and have some actual success. And I would like to finish with the words of a Greek poet. I cannot translate them easily, to make a damage. We have to stay together. This applies generally. We have to overcome personal ambitions and strategies and to act in a collective manner, because I'll say the words of Solomos, αν μισιούνται ανάμεσά τους δεν τους πρέπει λευτεριά. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Ms. Irid Ben-Naba, Ambassadress of Israel in Greece, please take the floor.
Good afternoon to everyone. Mr. Minister, Rector of the University, Vice Rector, the President of the Patras Scientific Park, and Professor Bourganos from Forth. I'm very happy and honored to be here. This is not my first time in Patra, but the first time that I'm here in the Science Park, and this has been very exciting to be here this afternoon and to see what is happening in this ecosystem of Patras, which I heard a lot about since I've arrived. And to you, audience, I would say that I'm very happy that I am here, not only because this is organized by an Israeli company, and by the way, this is very strange that Mr. Rave is here. Israel is not an empire of sports, but nevertheless, we have so many startups in the sports world. So this just shows that Whenever there is a need, this is where we come in. And I just want to say that I come from a world that innovation and entrepreneurship is already a culture. Very young children from the very, very young ages, they already talk about innovation, excellence, entrepreneurship, etc. This has become a very much of our culture in the last 30 years. And when I came here, this is what I found also in Greece, that there are these young students, not only students in the universities and in parks like this, but there's bright in their eyes. They know that this is what they want to do. They know that this is what would lead, as the minister was saying, to growth and development. And then what they need is a lot of interaction with other ecosystems. And we are very happy that we can be part and parcel of this endeavor to bring the experience that we have accumulated in the last 30 years and share it with our very, very good ally and friend here in Greece. This is the mission of Israel today, to really collaborate both on the governmental level and the private sector level with Greece. We are very happy to do this. We found wonderful talents here, and we would like to continue this and to develop it even further. So I know that there are competitors here, not only from Greece, but from all over the Balkans. So I wish you all a very successful afternoon. And for the lucky one that we'll get to go to Rio, enjoy yourself, because I'm quite sure that this is going to be a wonderful experience. Sports is always something that builds bridges between people. Unfortunately, what we have seen in France in the last few days is not this, but it should really bridge between people, take down all the walls of hatred and conflicts, etc. And whoever goes, my very big congratulations. And for those that are competitors but will not win, there's always only one that wins, but the others are not less important. So good luck to all of you, and thank you again for the organizers and to Mr. Rave that came all the way from Israel. Thank you very much.
I would like to ask to Ms. Venetsana Kyriaziopoulou, Rector of the University of Patras, to take the floor.
Dear distinguished guests, Excellence Ambassador, dear Minister, dear Professor Anastasopoulos and dear Professor Bougane, dear colleagues, I'm very glad to be here. And on behalf of the Rector of the University of Patras, I say that among the central actions of the university is the promotion of innovation and production and business and development. We do believe that this is, in these difficult times, we experience the only solution for development in the exploitation of new ideas and the fostering of actions that motivate young people to open innovate startups and spin-offs. Thus, events like the present, one we consider they promote the linking between research and development, and create a positive atmosphere for development of both research and European and national economy. Closing, I would like to wish you success, stay here, success, stay for this event, congratulate for this. Good luck for all participants, and especially for the winner of the present competition. Thank you very much. Congratulations for this meeting.
I would like to ask the inspirator of this amazing competition, Mr. Amir Raveh, to take the floor, and we can start.
So, good afternoon and welcome to all our guests. Thank you for coming, Minister, Ambassador, Mr. President. I want to start perhaps, you know what, I will start with the movie just to give a glance of the actual competition that is taking place. That's the one.
Throughout history, man has strived to push the limits of the human body through sport. Over the years, innovators from around the globe have pioneered technologies to assist athletes in pushing themselves beyond their boundaries. For the first time, HYPE is putting athletes and innovators together for the biggest competition in history. Following last year's successful HYPE competition in Milano, over 71,000 innovators from 46 countries will compete in 8 regional competitions. The winners will qualify and compete at the HYPE Finals in Rio during the 2016 Olympic Games. Our partners will enjoy worldwide exposure, live broadcasting from Rio, access to top sport brand and Olympic Committee officials, and get first access to the most innovative startups in the world. Join our top global partners in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and become an official sponsor of the Rio 2016 HYPE Global Sports Competition. For further information and registration, visit the competition website.
So, as you already know, we have an amazing 10 startups here from different places from the Balkan. With the notion of creating successful startups in the world of sports. Now, the world of sports apparently is a huge world. When we think about sports, we think about these wearables that they wear, but apparently it's a whole world of things that we're all familiar with. Starting with all the gadgets and the wearables, in the clothes today, it's going to the world of analytics, performance, medical. Yeah. You can hear me, yeah? No. Okay. Okay. So, what is innovation in sports? We found out about a year ago when we started working on this project together with our partners that this is an amazing world. And also a huge budget, I think, a huge market. I think they're estimating at about $450 billion this market. That's why you can see Google and Microsoft and companies like Accenture getting into this. And as I said, the sport is you can look at all the topic of broadcasting, TV. The experience is going to change. You know, already you can see innovation is getting to many parts of our lives in the world of lifestyle and sports. Now, this competition, the final is going to take place in Rio alongside the Olympic Games. And we have 8 regional competitions, which is taking part. I just came back from Denver. In the US, we have 2 finals because there are so many startups. So one in Denver, Colorado, and one in San Francisco. And it's really very special to see what the idea of combining innovation in one hand and sports in the other hand. It's magic. You know, if you look at the millennium generation, as they call them today, I think that it would be right to say that there are 2 aspects or 2 topics that really excite them the most, which are sports and innovation. And the concept of combining them together really stimulate us initially when we started this, and we have now over 1,000 startups registered all over the world, and there was a huge number of startups registered here to this competition. And today, I think you'll be quite surprised to see the level of innovation that is coming from this region. And startups will start presenting very soon. I want to perhaps just share with you a little bit. We were speaking with Vasilis and Gerasimos in the last few months, not only to look at this competition, but also to look at ways that we, as a company that has many years of experience in the Israeli ecosystem of working with startups and having an accelerator there. And also our parent company is a UK investment house with the expertise in the venture capital world, to see how we can collaborate with Patras in general and with this area. I think from the little I saw and the little I know about Greece, we see all the time here an amazing innovation and great ideas, specifically this area. You know, if you think about the ideal Silicon Valley, you always look for research, you look for place you can test it, which is, you know, a strong university, and hospital, for example, is a place which you can test and try things. So the ingredients are here. You know, this is plenty of students, a lot of very strong technology around here, and also the topics here, which are dominated by the, you know, the tourism industry, which is very powerful. The food and wine, plenty of innovation, great ideas. I looked at the 10 most successful Greek startups. Yeah? About 3 of them was in the food and wine, the e-food. There were tourism and also technology regarding the sea, all kind of sea-oriented yacht technologies. So the ingredients are here. And Mr. Minister shared about the development, the research and development. You know, I'm coming from Tel Aviv. You know, when people hear Israel, they think about the bad thing, the war, but they also, these days, think more about startups. And what, to my belief, what made Israeli ecosystem grow fast in the world of startups is because we didn't have any other option. Because we needed to create things that work to survive. So we became masters in execution, making sure that something is working so we can defend ourselves. It started there. And it moved there to the startup world and to the high-tech ecosystem. When we spoke, and I heard the vision of Mr. President with the general manager of Patras Science Park, and their vision of this, what I heard is that they're looking to create here a hub, an accelerator, or like, if you look at it, like a fast track, that from one hand, you will bring the ideas that are all over here and exist in the youngsters. They already have it. We just need to tell them, come to us. They wake up in the morning with ideas. We know that. To get into this tunnel, this fast track, where in this fast track, you will have an amazing ecosystem for execution. Execution meaning monetization and a commercialization, as you know, in a manner that puts the best mentors, international mentors for that, international mentor for the experts here, for the right topics of which are very strong here in Greece, and together to create a really platform that from all over the region, maybe from the Balkan, will